Okay, in the last guide, we talked about the best overall PvE weapons. In the next guide, I'm going to be talking about the best synergies for each of those weapons. But before that, in this guide, I have to go over each just generally good synergy. Any synergy I mention in this guide will just be generally good on any weapon, right? It may not be the best in slot for any given activity, but these are synergies where if you get it on a weapon, it's really hard to be mad about it because they're just generally good. Like, these are just good synergies. With some caveats, I'm going to quickly go over some of the ones that are very situational. Sanguine Extraction. This is mostly just survivability, right? Plus 10% damage. A lot of the other synergies will be more offensive, where like 15% damage, or the effects give you higher fire rate or effects that cause more damage. This is probably one of the most survival focused synergies in the game. So generally very good for high tier expeditions, especially when paired with a respark survival shield, because you're going to be triggering that self revive a lot more often, right? Anything that gives you more self-revives is going to be very good for higher tier expeditions. Plate Slicer. Generally only good against enemies with very high armor plating, right? Like, if they don't have an armor plate that you can break, you're not going to get a lot of use out of this. So this is one of those synergies that specialize in armored enemies, and if you're not fighting enemies with a lot of armor, you're not going to get too much use out of this. Flames of Passion. This is one where you need to be using a weapon with a nano effect chance, and that nano effect cannot be incinerate, right? Like, if your nano effect is fire, you're already setting the target on fire, so this perk right here is useless. And if you don't have a nano effect, this perk is useless, so it'd be better to get other synergies on those weapons. Suddenlink Hot Streak. If you're not using either a weapon that fully reloads, like high fire rate, low mag weapons, you're not going to get too much use out of this. Or if you're not fighting mobs that are like small and low health bars, like you kill a lot of enemies, this wouldn't be useful. But this is very useful on high fire rate, low magazine weapons that you fully reload a lot, or against like a lot of Hellbug Skitterlings, like mobs that there's a lot of that you can kill a bunch very quickly. So another situational one, Saturnalia. This one needs to be used on a weapon that has a nano effect on it, and it is more situational for support weapons like BMGs, for example. If you're trying to fill a support role, this would be very good because it gives you a little bit of survivability with that increased health. And then if you kill an enemy with like the BMG Stingray, which you're doing quite often, you're giving health and shields to your teammates. Very useful for support roles. Nano Volatility Force. Needs nano effect chance. Mutagenic Gestation. This is where we're now getting into the generally good mods. Every mod from here on out, you can put on any weapon and it's a good weapon, right? These are just all generally good and they don't have any like big requirements. So Mutagenic Gestation is one of the first ones, one of the more desirable ones. Cleansing Napalm, a lot of people consider to be the best synergy in the entire game for DPS. Isotropic Decay, another one people consider to be the best because it's just giving you so much. It's especially good on sniper rifles because that crit multiplier and damage, like your entire goal with a sniper rifle is just get headshots. So crit multiplier is one of the most important stats for your weapons as a sniper rifle. Quasar Wave, generally better on AoE weapons. The Purge, people in PvP love this one, and it's generally good. Like, it's just crit multipliers. It's only a 5% nano effect chance on critical hits, So, I mean, you could use it without a nano effect, but you would be better off using a weapon with nano effects on it. Ether acceleration. Generally good. Especially for weapons with a high fire rate that you go through a lot of ammo on. Epidemic. Generally good. However, if you cannot get all 4 of Epidemic, other synergies are going to be better than it. So if you have trouble locating that 4th Epidemic mod, you might have some problems. Adaptive Augmentation, good in PvE, good in PvP. Backpack mod, right? Generally good. Guard Armament. Still one of my favorite synergies. It's just so useful overall, man. Assault Armament. Another backpack. Generally very good. And that's it. Just a quick one covering generally good synergies. That way, when I go into my next guide I'm about to make, which is about the best synergies on each PvE weapon, if I just say something is just give it general synergies and it's good, these are what I'm talking about.